She lost her way, although she stays, she's never yours. She doesn't breathe, she doesn't leave when she's with you. She scratches red and cuts too deep, there's nothing left to do. The world inside she sees is all in black, trapped inside a bar. The world inside she sees is always gray, trapped inside a bar. The world inside where light never comes in, trapped inside a bar. Distant again, trying to get closer to you. You always go back to the place of black and blue.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Come on in. This is the Cassidy The Cardslinger show here on My Psychic Connection. I hope everyone is having a good day. Everyone's week is going well. It is Thursday where I'm at, and for some folks here tuning in, it will be Friday morning. So welcome, welcome. Come on in. I love seeing who's here. So if you are watching me live here tonight, come and say hello. Say where you are. I love seeing everybody who's tuning in. Vanessa's here. Says, good evening, everyone. Hello, my dear. Come on in, say hi, and let's get the conversation going for tonight. So what am I here to do? For the next hour, I will be offering both paid and free readings. If you're interested in a free reading, they're limited to 2 minutes long. And what I need from you is a specific question. So what is a specific question? Give me context. Let me know what it is that you want to know. Is there a work situation going on? Is there a love concern that's weighing on your heart? Let me know what you want to know so I can tune in super quickly to you. I cannot and will not on the show tonight be addressing any medical or legal questions, so please save those for the professionals. We've got Crystal here saying hello from the UK. Hello, Crystal. Thank you for tuning in. Must be rather late or very early tomorrow, I guess, wherever you're at. So it's so nice to see everyone. Visions of a Raven is here, says, I miss your face and love your readings. Oh, I missed your face too, darling. I hope that you're doing well. It is so nice. It is so nice to tune in and see everybody. And this is just a part of my week that I always look forward to. So as I said before, there are no legal, no medical questions tonight. I'm also not a psychic medium. So if you're interested in communicating with your loved ones on the other side, check out our other shows Monday through Wednesday evening. We've got a lot of excellent mediums, as well as you can check them out on the website, www.mypsychicconnection.com. I will also send you to the website if you're looking for a general read tonight. As I mentioned, I do need a specific question for the show because I don't need to dive into whatever's going on in your life that maybe you don't want everybody listening to know about, or it just really helps me tap in and tune in very quickly when I get these specific questions from you. So in order to get on the list, do go ahead and type in your specific question. And if you're listening to me somewhere where there's nowhere to type it in, head on over to YouTube, type in My Psychic Connection. You'll see our logo. It's a lovely blue tree with a silver circle around it. Click on the live video, and as long as it says live with the little red square on it in the corner, I am here taking your questions and slinging cards for you tonight. So the donation options will be open as well if you're interested in a longer reading. So if you have a more complex situation or a deeper question you want me to dive into, I'm happy to do that for you tonight. And Jean says, hello, love. Hello, my dear. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's so nice to see everybody, all of the beautiful smiling faces here popping up in the comments. As well, we've got a few games going tonight. So the regular YouTube, the emoji contest game is going to be in full force. So if you want to win a reading with me tonight, and I know I said I don't do general readings, but this is the only chance for you to get a general reading is by winning one of the games. So if you want a general read, let's see those emojis. Whoever sends the most emojis throughout the show will win that reading a little bit later on. So send those lovely emojis. I like hearts. I like flowers. I like the little octopus. I'm not too picky. I just love to see the side of my screen fly up with some beautiful emojis there. All right, guys. So I will also mention before we get going, we are on over 190 different platforms, which that's a lot of platforms. There is one of me and a number of you, so we will get to as many questions as we can tonight. The only way to guarantee your reading this evening is by a donation because all donations do jump the line. So I am excited. What have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 decks at my disposal here to answer questions for everyone. So let's get this party started. Who have we got first tonight? We have got Gemma. I have a very large tarot deck that I'm trying to shuffle. Gemma says, how is Adam currently feeling about our relationship? We are both going through very hard times, which is taking up time. I think the distance is getting to him too, but he says he loves me and misses me. All right, my dear, let's take a look at what's going on Adam's heart, how he's feeling about you in the connection right now, despite the fact that, you know, you're both going through some difficult things. Aw. Yeah. Okay, so the first thing I want to really stress is that I'm not seeing his commitment wavering in this connection, and I'm not seeing him, you know, looking in another direction or him not being interested in continuing the connection with you, but rather all of the cards that I have here show a very heavy weight being upon his shoulders. And I know you've already said you both are going through your own things, but on his end, he's having a very hard time dealing with it and having a hard time maintaining the connection and the communication with you to the degree that you have previously. And I know you said, you know, this is a distance relationship, so it's a bit different if you're, you know, living close by and how that level of communication looks. So I understand on your side where you're not sure where his heart is at, because when he's dealing with these things, he's obviously not being as attentive to the messages towards you. So what I'm seeing is him pulling back. Absolutely. But I'm not seeing it reflected in how he's actually feeling about you. I'm not seeing that his feelings have changed. It just feels that his circumstances have pulled him in another direction so that he can't show up for you really in the way that he wants to. I've got the four of coins reversed here. I do not think he's, you know, his level of commitment has wavered at all towards you. And I've got the 10 of wands here as well, where I'm seeing he's still committed to working on things together, working on what it means for this to be a distance connection. Because with this particular 10 of wands, you know, we can even see this little guy, he's heading out towards the mountain with a ton of sticks on his back. So what we can gather from that is that I am sorry, my dear, that is the bell, but thank you so much for your question. I hope that was helpful for you, and thank you everyone for all of the lovely questions and all of the lovely emojis I can see floating in here. So if you are just joining us, come on in, say hello. I love to see who's here. Say hi, introduce yourself, and let me know where you're tuning in from. I know we've got someone from the UK here already as well, so it's lovely to see all of the beautiful faces. We are an international community, and we are always looking to grow, so do share me out far and wide with your friends, with your family, anyone you think could use a bit of information from the cards here tonight. And as well, you know, make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. We've got shows, like I said, Monday through Thursday, and a special new show returning next week. I'll tell you about a little later. But do follow along on all of the great content that we've got going on here at My Psychic Connection. Tina says, hi, Cassidy. I'm Tina, and I'm from San Antonio, Texas. Hello, Tina. Lovely to meet you. We have CT and NYC from Taylor. Hi, Taylor. Lovely to see where you're tuning in. We've got Alexa here from Tennessee. My goodness, this is so fun. We've got Love, Chicago checking in. Look at us. We are just right across the United States. I love to see it. This is wonderful. We've got hello from Massachusetts. Hey, everybody, please tell me where you're from. This is just making my night. We are truly, we are international already by our guests. We had the UK, and we've got a number of folks in the States. So this is great. Love to see where everyone is tuning in from. Okay, let's dive right back in. I want to sling some more cards. Who have we got next? We have Jasmine. Hello, Jasmine. Jasmine says, will I meet my future life partner this year? Ooh, excellent question, my dear. Let's take a look at what I can see for you. Will you meet your future life partner this year? Slinging these cards. Okay. My darling, my dear. Okay. Do not give up hope, but I am not seeing that you are meeting them this year. And here's why. The very first card I have here is patience. It's this beautiful woman who's sitting there, you know, with herself being patient. And I also have the card of slowing down, where both of these have come up. So one of the first things I want you to really focus on when you are looking for that next connection and looking for that significant person in your life is not so much the timeline, because it feels like that stress or that pressure that you might be putting on yourself towards when you're going to meet them. And I know your question was not said with a level of urgency of perhaps I need to meet them right away. But with both of these cards bringing up timelines, they are slowing this process down. And for the reason that, you know, they're not quite here yet for you. I also have the card of understanding, as well as transformation has come up in reverse. So certainly, though, I'm not seeing this life partner coming in this year. There's a lot of things that will be changing for your particular situation, your understanding of yourself with what you want in life. And I think as we're moving forward with the rest of the year, we do see some significant changes and transformations going on in your life in other areas. So don't be too discouraged the fact that I'm not seeing this person coming in right away by the end of the year, because it does look like, take a look. I'll say what I'm seeing a little bit more here as we head into next year. But the focus for you from an energetic perspective, from a spiritual perspective, it seems to be that the transformations, the growth, the new areas of that is all I've got time for you there, my dear. But thank you so much for your question. I hope that was helpful for you, and good luck as you move forward in the realms of love. So everybody, this is wonderful. I'll say again, we've got the emoji contest here in full force tonight, and I can see it's going to be one heck of a competition. Whoever sends the most emojis throughout the show will win a general read, a special general read with me later tonight, because apart from that, general readings are not on the table for this evening. So this is awesome. I love seeing everybody tuning in, and do say hi again. If you have just tuned in, say hello. Let's see those questions. If you're interested in a free 2-minute reading, you can go ahead and type that specific question into the comments. And if you'd like a more in-depth reading, we have 3 options for you. There is the quick read, the mini read, and the mega read. The minis and megas are not timed, so if you're interested in a bunch more information, Catherine says hello. Hi, Catherine. If you're interested in more in-depth reading, the mega reading will allow you to ask up to 4 questions, so different areas of life, things that are going on. And the mini read is an excellent untimed reading for one question, one topic going on in your life. And I can really sink my teeth into those. You can see I'm already getting lovingly cut off by that beautiful bell to keep me moving things along, because I do like to talk as what I'm seeing here throughout the reading. So let's give these cards a nice, beautiful shuffle. And look at all these emojis. Who have we got next? We have got AA. Hello, AA. AA has asked, someone did spiritual protection work for me 3 years ago. Switch index here. Am I still protected, or is it time to renew? Interesting question. Let's take a look at that. If we can see that work is still paying off, or I'd say applicable for you, is still active. That's the right word. Let's take a look at what we can see for you there, my dear. Okay. I need to be all the way honest with you with what I'm seeing here in these cards. How much do we trust the person that did the protection work for you? Because I'm not saying that they did anything bad or caused any problems for you. But the very first card I have down here is celebration in reverse. And it's got an energy surrounding it that's either, I would say perhaps there's a sense of being underqualified for the work being done, or the work not being applicable to you and your unique situation. There's something in that where I'm not fully trusting that working as being what's really been, useful for the protection side of things for you. Because the next 2 cards here I have is control and creativity. And these are significantly more individual oriented, which is showing me if there's been any level of homework or any work you've been doing yourself, that you are reaping the benefits from your own work and your own investment into this, as opposed to the work that this other person had presumably done for you at that time. The bottom card I have here is nothingness or no-thingness. And you've asked, is it time to renew that? I would not recommend going back to the service that you got previously, because it does not feel adequate. That is what I have time for you on that topic there, my dear. Thank you so much for your question. I hope that was helpful. And, anyone out there who is interested in, getting some level of spiritual service, highly recommend, finding yourself a good, solid practitioner, maybe someone who's got reviews or someone that you have been referred to by someone. But I do want to highlight, and this is no longer speaking on that situation, but I do want to highlight almost I would just go ahead and call it like the darker side of the industry, or the more disappointing side that we see. So not everyone has the same level of commitment to their work. There's, of course, good and bad people, good and bad practitioners in every line of work. But I do see AA says, yes, I have been doing it myself lately. Excellent. See, highly recommend everyone to learn these skills and these techniques for yourself. There's a lot of resources available. Make sure you're using good resources. It's sometimes not all the way easy to find, but they are absolutely out there. There's good books. There's good reference material. There's people who make excellent content. But just, do be aware. Be aware of what services you are consuming, you are purchasing, and what the practitioners are offering. There are, like any field, folks that are better than others and folks that are ethical in their practice and those that may not be so much. So keep that in mind. Find practitioners that work well for you and that resonate with you. And we can move on to the next question. Who have we got next tonight, please? We have the lovely Visions of a Raven. Hello, my dear. Visions of a Raven asks, something has been going on with my energy. Kind of came out of nowhere and I can't shake it. Any guidance for what to do to shake it? Ooh, great question, my dear. Let's go ahead and see what I can tap into there on this strange energetic feeling that you have and guidance to shake it off of you. Okay. Okie dokie. All right, what do we have here? I've got Valiant Courage. It says, take action with passion as my first, action-oriented card. So for starters, and this may or may not be obvious, but this is requiring a level of movement and a level of physical investment on your side to shake it. While I think it is always useful to do any level of ritual work or any level of meditation, more on the spiritual passive, physically passive, side of things. Visions of a Raven says, it even came out in a crazy dream last night. Yay, it's very, very interesting. So I'm choking up at this question for some reason. It feels like it's in many ways clouding your expression of yourself in many aspects of that, whether that's, partly mentally and how you are, your mental faculties, how your thoughts are really aligning themselves, how you are able to speak the things that are important to you. It feels like I'm getting a little bit choked up from this. This is quite interesting how this is playing out. Forgive me. But where it says take action with passion, the first thing is to note that this really needs your concerted effort to deal with. It's not something that I think will just pass on its own, but it needs you physically moving and physically involved in its removal and its passing through this time in your life. So the first card I have down here is Control. I have the card of Innocence, Creativity, and Success is the other card I have here. So these are the majority of these are very active oriented cards, and particularly with that Creativity card, it feels like a stagnancy. I'm so sorry, my dear. I have run out of time on that one, but I hope that was helpful for you. I do wish you good luck as you move through this, and yourself and anyone out there. A lot of times, moving our body, moving ourself, getting our blood pumping. There's a need to release things through movement, through energetic movement, through going out there and whether that doing something active for yourself. It doesn't always have to be going to the gym or certain traditional modes of activity, but going for a walk, dancing, going for a hike, doing things, you don't have to invest money into moving your body and getting yourself doing stuff. There's also a lot of, free YouTube videos. Check out some sort of like at-home workout thing or whatever is interested in you. It's always good to move our bodies and keep ourselves flowing freely. It's good for all aspects of our health. So excellent, guys. We are moving right along here tonight. I will say as well, one more time, the emoji contest is in full swing, but I'm going to pause it for a quick moment in time because it's time for the intuitive game. So the intuitive game works. If you are new here, I would love to explain it to you. And if you are a returning guest, you know how this one works. So what I need you to do is try and guess the playing card that I drew before the show started. So the playing card is a deck of 52 cards. We have hearts, diamonds, spades, and clubs labeled, numbered, ace through 10, jack, queen, and king. So when I say go, we're going to set a timer, and whoever can guess the playing card that was drawn before the show started will win a reading with me. And this is opportunity number 2 for how you can get a general reading with me tonight. So let's see those guesses. Come on, let's see what you've got. And please make sure if you are guessing to guess both the number or the court card as well as the suit. So don't just say 3, say, 3 of hearts or 3 hearts. Make sure you are guessing a full-on guess. And we've got the folks in the back keeping an eye on the chat. And I do hope that we see a winner tonight, because it's always fun to see what comes up here in my oracle cards when I do these readings. But I'm going to take a quick moment while the guesses are pouring in to let everyone know about our upcoming shows. So after me tonight, we have got a very special show on Sunday. So check that one out. It is a benefit. It is a fundraising opportunity. So it will be live here on our YouTube channel. So definitely check that one out on Sunday. After that, we are back with our regularly scheduled programming on Monday, starting at 10 o'clock Eastern Time with Journey Ryan live. So check his show out on Monday, followed by Tuesday. We've got Whispers of the Forest with Squirrel. She is also on at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And then Wednesday, we have got two shows going on. So we always have our beautiful bunny, What's Love Got to Do with It, at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But next week, back May 15th, Wednesday at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, we have got Energy, the Metaphysical Crone, and she is coming back with her show for her new season. So we're all very excited to see her. Do come out and show her some love. She is a phenomenal reader, and we can't wait to have her back on the channel. So let's see these lovely guesses coming in. We've got it. Love Rhymes has figured this one out tonight. Love, congratulations. It is the Jack of Clubs. So excellent job. Thank you so much, everyone, for your lovely guesses pouring in here tonight. It was a great effort on everyone's part. It was lovely to see all of the great guesses. But congratulations, my dear. You have won the general read here tonight. So let's take a look for you, love, what I have got for you from my Oracle deck and what message I have for you. Generally speaking, one of the few times, generally speaking here, what message we've got for you. And I will go ahead and start the emoji contest back up so you can pour those into the chat while I am diving in here. All right, love, let's take a look for you. All right, so the very first card down, this is quite cool. So the first card I have, it says Great Adventure. It says take a risk, venture forward, followed by Journey by Moonlight, Believe in Magic. Very nice. And then I have Rejuvenating Rain. Clear the past, heal the present. So what messages I have for you, my dear? So that Great Adventure card, when I see that coming out at the start of a spread or as a very first card, I will often see that maybe, the second or third card down. But right out the gate, the message for you is a need to take an action, make some change in your life that you've been considering, that you are really ready to take. This can look like a move, change in jobs, shaking something up, and it doesn't always have to be an earth-shattering, massive, upheaval change in your life, but it really is pushing you to do something you've been considering to do, that you've been concerned about or worried about jumping into. It is really now time to take that risk, because you're going to land in a good place on the other side by doing so. So my first message to you, my dear, is to not hold yourself back. Don't think that you can't achieve this goal or this thing that you have been considering, because also when that card shows up, it's not, oh, I have no idea, what I want. This is, you have been called to do something, and now you're being asked to go ahead and do that. The second card here is Journey by Moonlight. Hey, Journey. It says Journey by Moonlight, Believe in Magic. So what is very cool about that, particularly coming out after this Great Adventure card, is it seems like what you are doing either in your evenings, this feels it could either be like a side business or a hobby or something that you're doing with your time. Believe in Magic. It's just showing you that starting this new venture or going into this opportunity will lead you places that you're not expecting at this time. And having held yourself back is not something to, worry about, that there has been lost time, because that's not what this is about. It's showing you that now is the right time to take this step, and you will be rewarded, in fact, by doing so. It is absolutely the time to take that next step for yourself. And the last card here says Rejuvenating Rain, clear the past, heal the present. So there's something relating to this thing where I said before, it feels a sense of either having been held back. This will help you move past something, some particular thing that has been weighing on you, that has been holding you down. With healing, clear the past, heal the present. It's like it's inviting this fresh new way of being more aligned with yourself. That sounds all the way cheesy, but it's really how it's coming across. It's something that requires your active attention to deal with. And in doing so, after taking this risk and putting yourself out there in this way, it's a secondary thing that will help to heal you. On the surface, it does not necessarily look like, I'm doing this thing to heal a part of me, but you've been called to do this particular thing for a reason that's deeper than is being shown to you right now. So don't hold back. It is not the time to stunt your own growth or stand in the way of your own expansion. So that is the lovely message I've got for you here tonight, my dear. So congratulations again for winning the intuitive game. And thank you so much to you and to everyone else who has played tonight. Hi, Journey.
Hello. We need Visions of a Raven to post their question for their donation.
Visions of a Raven, my dear, if you would not mind posting your question, I would love to dive into your question. Love Rhyme says, thank you so much, with a bunch of smiley faces. You are very welcome, my dear. I hope that was useful for you. So we are waiting on that question. I will just let everyone know, if you're interested in jumping the line, the donation link will be floating around in the chat. And that's the only way to make sure that you get a reading tonight. And it also gives me more time to jump into your question. So let's see who we've got next. Folks, we are here with a donation for a mini reading. This means I can take my time. This is not a timed reading, and I can really sink my teeth into this one. So Visions of a Raven is saying, continue what you were saying. And I'm so glad that I get to do this, because there was so much more. So I'm about to have fun with this one. Visions of a Raven says, why I'm angry with no reason to be feeling angry. Okay, let's go ahead and I am going to continue to speak on what I was saying, but I'm going to lay more cards so that I can see more clearly the full picture of what's going on here for you, and then what it is you can do about it, because we need to dive into sort of the root and the source of it. And you already said this is something that came up for you in your dream there last night. So it's hitting your subconscious as well. So, okay. Here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and get a whole bunch of cards down on my table because I can. The mini readings are not timed, so I can really sink my teeth into this one. I'm going to go ahead and just lay a number of cards because I absolutely can. Let's see here for you, my dear. Okay. All right. And how long has this... I'm curious to know how long you've been feeling this way. The reason why I ask is because how it feels that it came out is that it was... I'm saying this with all of the love in the world, is it feels like a almost a betrayal of your own understanding of yourself. Visions of a Raven says, thank you. 3 to 4 days. Okay. This is why I am asking, because it seems as though it came up quickly, or at least it's been a short amount of time that you've been dealing with this. But what you are in fact dealing with is the bubbled up, boiled up, the version you are seeing this. It's like, how can I describe this one? It's like if someone were to drop little bits of sand in your house every day, and you don't really notice it until someday you get home and there is a dump truck of sand. Terrible analogy, but I hope that's making sense in what I'm trying to say with, like, it's not something new that started 3 to 4 days ago, but it's been a suppression of there has been, if you really were to look at this, if you were to tap back into yourself, how you've been feeling leading up to those 3-4 days, there has been signs for this. So where I was trying to say that, you know, lovingly, I'm not trying to call you all the way out, my dear. Visions of a Raven says, makes so much sense. Yeah. So it starts at its very core. I have the trust card in reverse and the transformation card in reverse of not listening to the signs that were being shown to you on a micro scale before. Now you're feeling this as frustration, as anger, as it is bubbling up. And we are at this Thunderbolt. It is the Tower card in this deck, and we are now experiencing just this overwhelming amount of energy concentrated in you at this time, expressing itself as anger and frustration. So Visions of Raven says, something small happened that triggered the feeling, and not sure why anger is the feeling. Okay, so that's excellent. We will absolutely get there. So underlying this, the first things that I'm seeing here, I've got the card of isolation and the card of fighting in reverse. So under the surface, at the root of this, Visions of Raven says, and don't feel bad to call me out. I need tough love sometimes. Absolutely, my dear. Sounds good. Deal. Moving forward. So underneath the surface of this, and why anger came up as the thing, is because it's triggering a time in the past that had you going on the offensive when you either didn't have enough information about something, someone, it feels perhaps even like a betrayal of some description of you. Yeah, it is a trigger of something that, it's like it pulls you out of yourself. It's something in the past where, like with this fighting energy, you were in sort of a fight or flight type of mode. There's a self-preservation aspect coming through with this. There's an isolation here where it's saying it's something you dealt with entirely on your own, where support from people around you fell short. It didn't, despite whatever level of extension or help or support was around at the time, it brings up and bubbles back to two feelings of being alone, isolated. Visions of Raven says, I know what it was now that you said that. Okay, so that really seems to be the underlying energy surrounding why anger is coming through, because there is both disappointment and being let down by something outside of yourself, the lack of support, what was available to you. Visions of a Raven says, wow, the more you're saying things, the more it's confirming where it came from. I am so happy that this is helpful, my dear. So it feels like it roots back to one particular instance, but it's almost like little flashes of this coming forward for you in your life in past moments where you've been alone, where someone has dropped the ball for you, where someone has in some way screwed you over, where you've had to preserve your own self. In some ways, it feels like fight for your life, fight for your voice, fight for what is important to you, not always being able to do that. And when I started this reading earlier and I was coughing and choking up, it also has to do with your ability, like I was saying there, to express yourself, to really even know yourself. And it's a very dissociating feeling when someone puts you in that way where things that you think that are certain are not. You think that you can trust someone. You think that someone wouldn't put you in the position where you have to pull out a part of yourself that, you maybe don't want to see. You don't want to see who you have to be when you're pushed into a corner. And you don't want that person to be the one who comes out, but something made you do that. And it feels like almost micro times this has happened throughout your life. Visions of Raven says, I was in survival mode, and yes, I couldn't speak up. I lost everything and still don't know why to this day. Yeah, so that makes an entire amount of sense as well, because these cards, like it's isolation, fighting, and Thunderbolt, and that first card there of trust too, where your trust in others and in as well as in yourself was shook through experiencing that. Visions of a Raven says, I don't know how to shake the pain from that, much less the anger. Okay, so now we have we've gotten to the bottom of where this is coming from and why this is bubbling up for you in this way. So now let's look into part two. How do you move past this? Let me go ahead and get some more cards, darling. So this is why I love the mini read, the mega read. They are one time, and I can go to town on this. You can see, you see how much more information I can get out than those 2 minutes. They go by really fast. So now let's look into the aspect of, that was your first original question there, like what to do, how you can get out and get past this. What do you do now? Okay, that makes a whole lot of sense. I'm going to grab another deck here to really get this message home. Yeah, and in many ways, like just sort of to restate that, is it's that survival mode, that putting you into the offensive, And it has largely to do with the trust and how you felt let down by others. But at the same time, almost like deeper to the root of that is your trust within your own self. Visions of a Raven says, it also explains, because since this trigger, I don't know if I want to scream or cry. Probably both. Like, look at these cards here. We have, this is the card of isolation. I hope we can see it here. There is a person who is ice cold and crying. And we have the card of fighting with this person who has their fist up and is literally red with anger. So and the card to end that all out is Thunderbolt, is that card of the Tower, where I also don't think those are two opposite or opposing emotions. That is the expression of what you're feeling trying to come out at the same time. So I don't think it's necessarily either or, just to throw that in there. It is getting it out. And that was why too, I'm going to get into this in just a hot second, but in the earlier reading where I was talking about it will require physical movement of the body to get this out and get this through you, out of you. I don't feel that this is something that will pass through, spiritual means only, although I think those are always very helpful. Meditation type things, retuning in with yourself, any ritual work that you do, I think will be very supportive through this, but the movement aspects of things is going to be very helpful. So, okay, what do I want to say? Getting through this, how you are going to move forward and, get this up out of your system, because who wants to be carrying that energy around all this time? First card I have down, I've got the Six of Swords, followed by the Eight of Coins and the Six of Cups has come up upright. The only way out is through. I don't feel that it has to get worse to get better, but in trying to do anything other than sitting with it, exploring it, I'm not telling you to, go crazy and talk to yourself, but talking to it, talking through it. If it's not something you're going to be able to sidestep, because it's tried to come through as something that needs your attention for some time, that now we are dealing with the explosion of it. So just if that is even on your mind, that I will deal with this later, or that I will, find time, or, you can't sidestep this one. The only way out is going to be through this. So the very first thing I would recommend doing is sitting with this, however that looks for you. If it's, almost said journaling. Oh yeah, okay, journaling actually might be quite useful, quite helpful for you. It doesn't have to be journaling. It can also just be talking to someone you trust. It can be talking to yourself, but it is, first of all, making space for what you weren't allowing yourself, or you weren't able to feel at the time that these things happened. Visions of Raven says, I forgot to check on myself about it, and sometimes because this is one of those things that doesn't heal with time. Exactly. And it's not something you're going to be able to outrun, or that at some point you will be able to dissociate that from being part of your story and part of your past and part of how you show up in the world. But the best things that you can do, as I said, the only way out being through, is to sink yourself into this. And it's not going to be an easy process by any means, because looking at something so traumatic and so difficult, who wants to spend their evening doing that? So my heart is going out to you with what is being asked of you to do, to work through and work past this. So, like I said, start out by sitting with this, journaling about it, talking to someone, but really giving yourself the breathing room that you never had before to work through these emotions and just go into it head first. And the sooner the better. I mean, if you have work and you can just drop everything to deal with this, I understand that, but don't push this off, but allow this to be something that gets your concerted attention daily. The other thing I'm seeing too is tying this as well to some sort of movement practice, I think is going to be useful to you. So whatever way you like to express yourself or have wanted to express yourself, if you like to dance or you like to lift weights or you like to run, there is a component of needing to physically expel this excess energy from your body, because it will really help to, get rid of. Very few people are super angry after they've run their lungs out and they are, having a panting, breathing, sweating moment. There is just a release of energy that really helps. from exerting yourself physically. Visions of a Raven says, I do need to take some time for me because I stay busy, maybe so I don't have the time, or so I don't have, I stay busy maybe so I don't have to face it subconsciously. Yes, that's a very common, and put your hands up, everyone listening, if you are guilty of this, it is a very common way of not dealing with your problems, by keeping yourself busy, by adding more to the to-do list, by helping other people, by getting more stuff done. Are you just chasing, are you running away from yourself in that process? And in your case, you know, it seems to have been the case up until now, but we are fixing it now, my dear. So things that will help to heal this, and like you said, it's really not something I feel is never going to be a part of you, but the best we can, you know, one of the best things we can hope for and what we are going towards, I've got temperance here, is the level of either integration of this truth and this reality into your life now, and almost an indifference towards it, to really, you know, not have this be something that still triggers those deep emotional things within you. And I've got the Six of Cups here as well to say, you know, healing through this, through connections with others that will restore what was lost by those connections with other people that went sideways. So finding new people you can trust, spending some time with people that you love that are on another level of trust with someone. You know, it's not, you know, what would I say? Like casual friendships or, you know, people in passing are not the ones that are going to help you through this. It is those people, those ride or die folks in your life. And I do think that they exist for you. Leaning into those connections, that's coming sort of more secondary. So as your homework, my dear, sink yourself into this, journal, talk to yourself, sit with it, meditate, whatever you need to do to feel this fully. Part one. Part two, move your body consistently. Whatever it is you can do to expel this excess energy, run, dance, play, move yourself and get this off of you so it's not weighing so heavy in your body. Three, looking at these other relationships that you can lean into that will help you heal through this. Visions of a Raven says, thank you for helping me become aware of where this is coming from so I can move forward. This helped in so many ways. Thank you. You are so very welcome, my dear. And thank you so much for your donation. $1 of every donation for this month from all of our shows is going to the Ryan White program. So thank you so much for your support. It helps us share the love with different causes that we are, you know, we are very happy to partner with throughout the different months. So anyways, thank you so much, Raven. That, guys, was an example of a donated reading. See, I don't have to stop talking, so I don't. I just dive all the way right in. So if you are just joining, I will go ahead and say I am doing both donated and paid readings tonight. All of the free readings are limited to 2 minutes. And if you would like a question read, type your specific question into the chat, and all donations do jump the line. So if you're interested in a longer reading, like that one just there, we've got a quick reading, a mini reading, or a mega reading, all available tonight. Visions of a Raven says, worth every penny. Oh, I'm so glad, my dear. Thank you so much. It was so lovely to see you and to connect with you again. I really hope you're doing well. Okay, guys, I am ready to dive right into my next question. Who am I? Ooh, folks, we are back with the lightning round. Okay, so if you are a returning community member, or if you are new, here's how this works. For the next 3 minutes, I will be rapid fire answering your yes or no questions. Please do not ask any medical questions, anything related to pregnancy, birth predictions, death predictions, or legal questions in this round. I will skip it, and it will not be put back on the list. But any other yes or no questions that you have, let's see them. I can only say yes, no, or undetermined. And that is what I will be limited to tonight. And for more reasons than one, and more reasons every week, undetermined is a fascinating answer. So let's take a look at who we've got. Let's see those yes or no questions, and you can ask as many as you like. So let's keep them coming. We are starting with AA. Says, do I have secret admirers at my gym? No. Taylor says, will I go to Momo graduation? Ooh, undetermined. Interesting. AA says, will I go on a date this summer? Undetermined. Catherine says, will my 5-year-old be accepted back into school? Yes. Kelly says, do you see me starting a new job soon? I'm new here. Welcome aboard, Kelly. Yes, I do. Jackie says, will I relocate this year? 2024. Ooh, that's undetermined, my dear. Jean says, will I move into a new house in 2025? Oh, yes. Jean says, will Libra reveal his feelings towards me this year? No. Tina says, will Frank and I ever get married? Yes. Jean says, will my business with Aquarius be successful / abundant in 2025? Yes. Alexa says, will I ever move to Mackenzie, Tennessee? Ooh, undetermined. There's so much more to these questions. Taylor says, will Frank and I have fun in Chicago? Yes. Tara says, will I find the one? Yes. Jean says, will Virgo propose to me this year? Yes. Taylor says, will Casey admit to lying? Oh, undetermined. Allison says, will I get another vehicle this year? Undetermined. Paula says, hi, would love to know, do you see things getting calmer? Undetermined. Tina says, will Frank introduce me to his family / kids this year? Yes. Dan says, will I move to Minnesota in 2025? Yes. Taylor says, will I see Frank this weekend? Yes. Jean says, will Virgo move in with me this year? Yes. Jackie says, will I date a Capricorn this year? Ooh, yes. Young determined. Yes. Allison says, will my finances improve this year? Yes. Love Rhyme says, will I be traveling this year? No. Oh, this is so hard. That is one of the best games. It is so much fun. The only reason it is hard is because, as you can see, I am slinging my cards throughout. I am getting considerably more information than yes or no. So for me, that is why it is difficult. But for everyone else, I hope that was useful and that was fun. It is always a good time to rapid fire answer folks' questions. It really helps get through the list and connect to more people. So it's lovely to see. Jackie says, fun. It actually is a whole lot of fun. I enjoy the heck out of that one. So awesome. Love says, love the lightning round. See, I do too. It is an absolute blast. It is just tricky when, there's always so much more, because very rarely in life are things, so clear cut as a yes, no. Undetermined is a good one, because there's so many reasons things are undetermined. Alexa says, it is so much fun. It is an absolute blast, my dear. I always have such a good time. All right. So we are going to switch decks. Who do I want to use? This one over here. There we are. I haven't played with this one yet tonight. Let's see who we've got next on our beautiful list tonight. We have the State of Being. The State of Being says, today I've been thinking about my twin flame, currently in the separation phase. Took a nap and woke up to a male and female mallard duck sitting in my pond. What could it possibly mean? Oh, that is super cool. That is a very cool question. All right, my dear, let's take a look at any sign or significance to the fact that you woke up to the lovely mallard ducks in your outside your window. Okay, interesting. While I do think there is significance to the fact that you saw these ducks, I'm not seeing it tied to that connection that you are specifically talking about. The central card I have here is the Hermit. So it's showing me a lot more about you, your own self, your own spiritual development, your own experience of reality, if you will, then there being a connection on my table here. I've got both the Page of Cups that has come up in reverse, as well as Ace of Pentacles, and this card that says Gates of Triumph, success expands in your life. So I don't know a darn thing about duck symbolism, so I can't dive into that side of things. But what I'm seeing there is it seems to be more about your own, it feels more like your own reflection towards other people and how you are showing up in different connections in your life. I'm really not seeing it being related. And I know the fact that you said that you were thinking about them at the time, it's not coming forward to me being related to that particular connection, but to other goals that you have in your life. And when you think back to that dream that you were talking about, it feels like there's a more significant message to what went on there than perhaps what I am, what I have been made privy to here by the question that you've asked. Got the Page of Cups reversed, where it feels like lovingly you missed the point a bit. I would say there. I'm so sorry, my dear. That is as much time as I've got for you there, but I hope that was helpful for you, and good luck as you navigate that situation moving forward. I wish you all the very best. All right, guys. So we will. Look at this. We have the emoji contest. We have a winner, Taylor. Taylor A, you are tonight's emoji contest winner, and we have another message here. What a tight race! It absolutely was. I mean, my beautiful chat has just been absolutely blowing up here tonight. So Taylor, congratulations. Thank you so much for all of the beautiful emojis. And thank you everyone who played along. So Taylor, my dear, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle my deck for you. If you have an area of life that you're interested in, I am happy to take a question on this one, but otherwise this is the one chance that I will do a general reading on this particular show here. But thank you everyone for all of the lovely emojis. It's so nice to see them just absolutely fly up my screen here. So, and look at this lovely banner, all the emojis here. I love it. All right. So Taylor says, awesome love life. All right, my dear, let's take a look here. What can I see for you in your love life? What do we have as a message for you? All right, my dear. So the very first card I have down here is vulnerability, followed by a card of hope and happiness, followed by catch your breath. All right. So, wow. These cards are they're very sweet feeling. They're very pure feeling. With that very first card of vulnerability in relation to your love life, and whether you can let me know if you're either in a connection or if you are single at the moment where you're at. But with vulnerability being the first card coming forward, it's asking you to take a look at, really reacquaint yourself with maybe parts of yourself that you suppress in relationships that you maybe don't bring forward very often. It is a call for you to be more vulnerable in the space of love and romance. Now, I don't know, Taylor says dating someone. Thank you for that. Very helpful. So the very first card in that being you are safe to, and I would say it is the right time to open up a little bit more to this individual, because it will help move things along to a better state than where it would go otherwise. Taylor says met on vacation 6 weeks ago or 7 weeks ago. Congratulations. That's so nice to see. And I think it is the start of something nice here from what I am seeing. But that first card of vulnerability, just to make sure you're not within yourself. What is the right way to say that? And when I say that, I'm not saying, how do I say that? I just want to make sure my word selection there is correct. To open yourself up in a very intentional way with how you want to be vulnerable with this individual. And I'm not saying, open up all the doors and just let them into every area of your life and all your secrets and everything, not necessarily going that far, but it is more of an opening invitation to just deepen things a bit in this particular connection. And the second card I have here is hope and happiness, which is quite nice, where I feel like this person seems to honestly check quite a number of the boxes that you have for what is important to you in love and relationship space. So the hope side of things is to not, and I don't know if you would do this, my dear, but I do feel the need to say it, to not sabotage the connection before it has a chance to get off the ground, to, don't come into it with any sort of attitude or preconceived notions that it may not go well. Just don't in any way shoot yourself in the foot. And I say that with a big old hug, my dear, with that hope, like do come at this with an open heart and an open mind to invite invite a greater possibility into this relationship. And the third card I have here is Catch Your Breath. So a couple of things on that front, with the fact that I know that you said this is already this is the card of Open Your Heart. Haha. But that card of Catch Your Breath, you may find that within this connection, it is not a steady straight line of it being, we're moving at a consistent rapid pace where things are growing and we always know where we stand. With that Catch Your Breath, it kind of invites either a moment of pause or a little bit of breathing room within this connection as it moves forward. So I like that my central card here is hope and happiness, and I like what I'm seeing for this connection for that reason. Do stay positive about where things can go, but don't be concerned, afraid, or allow it to be something that overrides your happiness. If things do, I don't see them ending, but just have a little bit more breathing space. Like, it does feel like there's an ebb and flow to this connection as it gets going. But a lot of these cards are very focused back on your own self, of opening yourself back up in a way that you feel comfortable to do so with this person. And I like what I'm seeing there, particularly with that hope and happiness card. It feels very hopeful, my dear. So that is the message that I have for you tonight. Thank you so much to you, my dear, for all of your wonderful emojis. And thank you everyone who played the emoji contest game tonight. That was an absolute ball. It is so fun to see the lovely emojis flying up on my screen. So lovely to see all of the support. Thank you, everyone. So guys, we are here with the last question of the night. Taylor says, thanks. You are welcome, my dear. So before I go ahead and take the last question of the night, do make sure you're tuning in on Sunday. We have got a very special live show going on Sunday evening. So check that out here on My Psychic Connection. It will be available here on our YouTube channel. And do subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got tons of content that comes out every single day, every single week. Daily inspiration, daily messages, daily intuitive things going on. So don't forget to miss our lovely content going on over there. So who have we got next on our lovely list tonight? We have Alexa. Alexa says, hey, beautiful Cassidy, do you ever see me getting married? All right, my dear, let's take a look at that question for you. Let's take a look here, my dear. Do I ever see you getting married? And I don't know if you're asking about a particular person, but I'm just going to ask this, generally speaking, do we see marriage in your future? Yes. This one would have been easy for the yes or no game. Yeah. Yes, end of reading. No, I'm kidding, my dear. The very first card, in fact, that I have down is the card of the ring, followed by, we've got the heart here. We've got, this is by Lenormand deck. We've got the heart, the sun, the star, the home, the clover. Just honestly, a ton of abundant blessings cards here in relating to you asking this question. Do I ever think you will get married? Yes. And it feels as though the connection, and I don't know if it's a connection that you're currently in. I don't know if you are single or not, but do let me know if you are listening to this while I am doing this reading here, my dear. I've got the clover in the tree. So there is a level of this being a fast growth, a quickening, a very fast from where you are with this person as it being new, or at least marriage not being on the table, to when the engagement in fact takes place. And it honestly feels like such a good relationship. I've got the sun, the star, the moon, the home. It does feel like, I would say, you end up living with this person before that proposal takes place. I've got the card of the heart here. Things honestly seem really, really quite nice. I do absolutely see marriage in your future. I see this person being loving, worth your time, very complimentary to you in many ways. It's not a combative energy or, incompatible. I just want to make sure I'm saying compatible, but the opposites that you two have really complement each other very well. With that sun, the star, the moon. It's quite like one of you, I feel, is a morning person, one of you is an evening person. Like, it's got this very cute complementary energy to it, my dear. So thank you so much for your question. I hope that was helpful. That was just a whole bunch of positive energy to go ahead and end off the night with. So thank you very much for that. So guys, if you did not get a chance to get a reading tonight, definitely do check out our next shows. So we've got the show coming up on Sunday, as well as Journey Ryan Live on Monday at 10 o'clock Eastern time. So definitely check him out. Alexa says, thank you, my love. You are so welcome, my dear. So thank you everyone for tuning in. I am Cassidy the Cardslinger, and I will be back here next Thursday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. music. And until then, have a wonderful evening, a great weekend, and a wonderful week until I see you next week. Bye, guys.